Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Good morning. Your green bean of power.
Look, I don't mind some trolling, but you at least got to put some effort and be funny with it.
Well, I mind trolling, James. I don't want you to troll at all, especially with titles, especially with things like that, James. Okay.
Well, no, I'm referring to the guy who was just singing
I'm referring
to
to
you.
me. But that, yeah, absolutely. That's that music AI. No, that's not welcome either.
And you're going to school for absolutely nothing. I know a lot of mom.
It's because this person said some really egregious shit to somebody, like wishing them a slow, painful cancer, death, and just way over the top. And that person already majorly annoyed me anyway, so that's probably my frivolous block because I was already annoyed with that person anyway.
I think we should block whoever's to your right.
Yeah. Just do a room blocking.
Consider it done. I'm just fucking with you.
You don't like me.
No, I like you, Kristen. I like you. I
I'm
actually
not talking to you, I'm talking to Nick.
Oh, okay, well, fine. I don't like you now. Now you're blocked. I'm just
She's not even to your right. Who is to my right? I think is that Kenneth? Is Kenneth? I don't even know Kenneth.
Oh wait, I just refreshed. Now it's Katie. I'm definitely getting that block.
It's because I don't wash my legs.
That's it.
Yes, that's it, boy.
That's it. I don't know, people that can be really, really outrageous with shit, those are usually just temporary blocks. The other two, they'll be on that list forever. It just is what it is.
Okay, I love when people have their Instagram linked. I love to go through their pictures because I'm interested, and I want to know about that person, and sometimes the photographs give you a little insight into the person. Of course, I am not linked to here. I'm not hard to find. I'm not hiding, but I link my stuff to this app because of people who can be shits. And I had that fear right off the top because I had a little trouble on Twitter with shits. People being, not nice.
Period.
So you stalk people's Instagram for sure. That's like.
Oh, I love to go through their pictures. I really do.
Who are you looking for right now?
Well, nobody now. Not right now. I've got my hands. Right now. I'm going through. I'm taking.
Name starts with like a La, maybe like a LaQuisha or a.
Allah.
Hey,
Allah.
There's a lot of nice Tishas.
Ends in Quavius Keegan.
Yes.
Okay, what is really I'm in a town that has LaQuise. And most of the time I can always say their names, but somebody came in with a made-up name that wasn't phonetic, and I didn't say the name right, and the mom got so mad. It's like, okay, if you're going to make names, you got to at least make them phonetic.
Well, they black
you guys.
surely.
And you know those things.
My name's made up.
If your child's name is Placenta,
I'm gonna do something this weekend, y'all.
what's he gonna do?
I know somebody's name. He's gonna do something with Iran this weekend, y'all. They're pulling Americans out of Israel right now.
Oh shit.
I mean, it's definitely heating up. I mean, the whole Afghan versus Pakistan, it really seems like Israel and Iran. I mean, Tucker Carlson makes a really good point, which is that this is kind of the last generation that Israel will have a lot of military control over the Middle East, or at least they'll have a lot of military backing to try to control the Middle East. And I think that this is the, their final push to try to get something to happen. So I definitely see that.
Well, that guy needs to go. And that's not made me think that Carter was a gutless moron. That a private citizen had to go in there and get people out. It was a beautiful country.
My family's no.
I've got Iranian friends in real life. Yeah, that guy needs to go.
Do you think, Shirley, do you think America or any other foreign nation has the right to, kill them or?
They're not just showing up out of nowhere trying to manipulate this. We have Iranians pleading for our help as they're getting murdered. It's serious enough that they're willing to die. And that's the kind of people I want to help. The ones that are willing to die. And
don't you find it really interesting that you have people who literally by the hundreds of thousands for their country because of CCP plead for America to get involved? We never do, but with these smaller countries that really don't have the military backing to stop us from helping, or they don't have the allyship, we always tend to get involved.
Do you want to go to war with China? Keaton?
I'd rather go to war with China than go to war in Iraq, yes.
Well, I don't really want to go to war with China because they don't value. Right now, if we were going to do it, would be probably the time because they killed off half their country with their one-child policy. And the Chinese really do not want to give up their one son or their one child. And so they're not as probably eager. But in the past, there were so many of these people, they just put them on meth or cocaine, and they just kept coming and coming. Right. Their government is communistic. They're communists, and they don't have reverence for life.
I'm blocked from this room. FYI, I think Monica blocked me. Monica! Yeah, we're up.
Equal.
Thank you.
How are we equal? How are we equal? Right? But yet somehow because you're a woman, you're less than. Make that make sense.
It don't make no motherfucking
Either we're equal or we're not.
And nobody actually believes
Either we're equal or we're not.
women are equal. And nobody actually.
They preach it, mother. They preach it. They talk about how superior they are intellectually and all this other kind of nonsense. But yet in the conversation, you can't hold on in the conversation and being overtalked because you're a woman.
Okay.
You can't be the victor in the. I'll go after
Yeah, the fuck I can. You can't tell me what the fuck I can and can't do. You ain't.
I think
That
was
don't go there with me.
it's something that she's aware about. Men tend to be more active than women, and their points more frequently than what women do.
Sounds like a personal problem. So, Mr. Finley, when you say women state that we are equal, don't you think you kind of strong in their position without no type of context? I mean, you know that women in real life say we are equal, but when they're out there next to a man, they feel, I don't know, lesser than in terms of physical. Like their security is not all the way there.
Sound like a personal problem.
So do you not understand like what they mean by we're equal?
You cannot constantly preach that we are equal, right? Right? They constantly preach it. If I talk about the physical differences, but a woman beat a man up yesterday. If I talk about the fact that men are on the extremes intellectually, no, but women, like they were screaming, right? You can't have that be your doctrine and then say, but you're over talking me and you won't allow me to speak. That screams that we're not equal. Stop preaching that we're equal if we're not. And be honest about the fact that there are differences. Be honest about it.
Like, what do you mean when you say equal? That's what I
don't believe we're equal, so I can't speak to it. I don't believe that we're equal, so I can't speak.
And look, I'll speak a little to it.
You're no longer an officer of the court because you look at things through different lenses. You can see how a motherfucker can snap. You don't understand what it's like. You don't get it. Do you? No, you don't.
Listen. So you're a great example, ASB, of why God made y'all bleed every month. You are a perfect example of why he had to let that shit happen. Because that's the only way to wound a lot of y'all. Because at the end of the day, if you do not acknowledge that women are fucking not only highly opinionated, they have this narcissism, I call it benevolent narcissism, where they won't even listen to what you're saying. They'll just listen to emotions while they're talking over you and not give a fucking damn about what you're even saying. If y'all don't even acknowledge that this shit goes on rampantly, especially on this fucking app, I don't want to talk to you. That's why everybody got on Jessica's ass. And she doing this goofy shit during Black History Month. We got one more fucking day of this great month, and she's still on here being a fucking white woman. And wanted to care about her.
It's Black History.
Hold on, Faisal. Not your turn. Faisal, not your turn.
It's about your papa, your papa, not about you.
Faisal, it's not your turn. And you see how the women doing all this while I'm talking, and then they'll ask it. So that's why I don't care about none of this shit. This is exactly why I don't want to hear.
You don't care about it because you're
nappy-headed women.
You don't care about it. You cheat on me. You have like 3 or 4 wives. No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that.
Y'all seeing this, right? Y'all seeing this?
No, we're not.
I don't want to hear shit from anyone. Don't fucking tell me about how women get fucking interrupted when they do the same fucking shit to everybody else. Stop getting on this app and start complaining about how women are treated like men. Your fucking face will do the same shit. And none of you niggas, Goofy Cheeto, would open up his mouth and tell these hoes to shut the fuck up. Okay, that's my problem with a lot of y'all. Yeah. That is my issue. You will see women doing the same fucking shit like they do now, and none of you niggas will open your mouth and tell her to shut up. None of you. No. So stop getting on this app and asking us to care.
Why you taking that on me? I'm with you, King, man. Damn. Chill out.
No, I'm tired of all of y'all doing this dumb shit.
Okay, popcorn. It's about equipment.
Wait a minute.
Go buy a big mic or shut the fuck up. Buy a big mic or shut the fuck up.
All right. Do we allow Indians to speak in this room? Come on, Nathan.
Yeah, hey, hold on.
You want to play with me?
No,
it's disrespectful. Go ahead, Wayne, and I'm after you.
I'm
after you.
I'm right back to the point.
Okay, Lion, I'm after you.
Okay. Equality went into this app. We're a talking app. Although I may be physically stronger than you, I could do nothing to you. So how am I dominating you in any way? That's the question. How am I shutting you down? How am I doing any of these things that you're? And I'm not saying that you're saying I am, me personally. But what I'm saying, because I'm a man, is that the argument used on an app that you can't physically see me? I can't do anything to you in any way. Somehow I'm intimidating you or scaring you or making you feel some less than way. How am I doing these things to you from a fucking cell phone driving down the highway?
Miss Beefy, I just called it.
Okay.
Verbal abuse, maybe?
I'm sorry. Okay, let me first, before I answer Lion's question, I'm going to give you guys my position because each one of us, well, I'm speaking to the women, we have our own identities, we have our own perspectives. So I just want to be clear. And I know you may not have said it, but I'm just telling you. I believe that the man of the household, I believe that I have my man's back. If somebody trying to hurt him, that's when you know what I mean? I got him. I can see the things he may not see. Now, as it pertains to meaning, I am from that man is bad. I really am. You know what I mean? But that is a lot of responsibility too. That is a lot of responsibility. Now, let's take it to this app. I know we all get emotional because there is something. This app is a spirit app, okay? Because we can't see each other, but the energy, you know what I'm saying? The energy is felt. So when we have going at each other, we're actually feeling real feelings. And that's why I say, you know what, sometimes we have to step back because it's starting to get like I'm too blessed to be yelling and stuff at somebody. You know what I'm saying? So it just makes me feel like, damn, this man's voice, I never had a male yell at me like sometimes. Or I hear you guys yell at women. And are you stronger than us? Of course. But if we do something good, please congratulate us too. Because if we together, no, my twos, I'm sorry. When we get together, you know, it makes one. And I know we're not married to each other, but I think we should just be a little bit kinder because this is an energy app and we are feeling real feelings.
Are you married, Miss Fifi?
I think like
you're divorced?
I understand your point well.
Thank you, Ryan.
Well, we're not a divorce when we're talking.
Keegan, shut up.
That's Lions. That's that shit right there. That's that shit I'm talking about. See? Look at that shit. That was beautiful. You acknowledged her. See?
I'm sorry.
Shut up, bro.
Why can't you just say?
You didn't say shit to nobody that was over talking.
Permission. I love it. I agree. Like you
damn, man. B, what the fuck?
God damn. I'm after Alessandra.
Individuals.
Damn.
Individuals.
I'm after whoever after that. You still quiet, Cogito. You still quiet, Cogito. You know what it is, Concrete? Yesterday didn't happen.
No, remember it's retrograde.
Yesterday never happens.
Retro.
All right. So, all I'm saying, right, is like, I think on the equality thing, I think men and women are probably equal in every way except like size and strength. I think like when we talk about like impulsivity and like emotional responses, I think this room is evidence that men are just hella emotional, right? Like these men will really be somewhere screaming at their phone, refusing to let people talk, fighting for their fucking life. So it's like, let's just be real. This room, take the emotional shit off the table. All you bastards are emotional, right? Now, I think size and strength is really just going to be it, right? So, like, it's like Webb was in the NBA, but he was only like 5'8". Of course, Michael Jordan is like bigger and taller. I guess I'm saying a shorter man is like inferior to a taller man, right? You know what I'm saying? Like if you give knowledge, he could probably kill Louis. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't matter. So like, and I think like to Lion's question, how are men stopping women from speaking? I think that just comes through behaving like bitches, right? Like if there are dudes in this room and not you lying, but like if they hear something they don't like, they just interrupt the entire fucking stage. Nobody else can talk, and that's so yeah, and that's what the fuck happens to. I'm pretty sure that's what the fuck Jessica was complaining about. Like somebody said some shit they didn't like, and they started like throwing shit. So it's like, I think that's how it works. Like it's almost like how they did fucking Waffle. Like if you team up, I think there's like a male version of like the big three, where it's like if one of them start acting like a bitch, I'll act them like a bitch, and now it's like damn, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, oh no, like that. It's just teamwork, not superior, right? And yeah, I think Finley. If you're saying men and women are not equal, I would like to know what differences you say are inherent to each gender.
There are a ton of them.
He just said one. Strength.
Right. There are a ton of them. Strength, interests, aggressive, like verbal, physical, aggressive. There's many of them, right? And I don't want to jump down this deep philosophical hole, but it's one reason why boys and girls should be educated differently, because we are freaking different. We are different. And the reason that our boys are bad is because women refuse to accept that fact. They refuse to do it to boys' detriment. But the net of what I was saying is, they're the ones that are preaching that ideology you just said. So if you're gonna make the argument that we're equal, then if I'm over talking a woman on this stage, it ain't because she's a woman, right? She's just another human that's getting over talked. That's the argument. And Cogito, when I point out that you always caping, you take it as I'm taking a personal shot at you. I don't like you. There's several people on the stage that pointed out that you are caping for them, right? You ain't said nothing. So I'm going to repeat it. Just here you say, you don't like me, Finley. You caping, fam, and it's not necessary.
Can I get in the queue?
There's no more queue. It's on you.
Oh, there's no more queue. Man, that selective outrage that Alessandro just demonstrated, that biased, selective outrage, so that he can defend the indefensible. Guava the demon. He said that's what y'all did to Guava the demon. That's what they did to Guava, to talk about people's children, to talk about people's dead relatives, to fucking talk about people's looks. Not me talking about other women and other. Yo, that's who. This nigga cannot be a real human being. Alessandro is not a real human being. Alessandro was created in a feminist lab. He was birthed from a feminist project, and he is a AI robot, a feminist AI robot created by one of the most diabolical feminist genius in the entire world.
Hillary Clinton.
I don't know who she is. She keeps she keeps her identity a secret, right? But this nigga's not human. This nigga's not a real person. He doesn't care about seriousness and reality. And you know what? Dominic doesn't either, because that nigga was booty clapping. Wake it up! I said, what the fuck? Yo, y'all niggas is crazy.
What you put, bro? Stop doing it.
You or somebody else. Maybe I was Steel. My bad. My bad. Steel. My bad. Because Steel, obviously, it definitely sounded like something Dominic would have said.
Wait, what did I say?
It was you or Dominic. One of y'all niggas was clapping for Alessandro. One of y'all niggas was clapping for Alessandro. No, I didn't say that. Listen, man. Bro, I don't know. Just fucking work it out in your own mind, please. I'm speaking. Thank you. This nigga, man. Titled ass niggas. Anyway, this is why our country is divided. Because has been a chasm created between men and women, and women are losing, men are losing, families are losing, children are losing, And there are people who are still supporting and encouraging the divide. And you know what's so crazy? You can't escape it, right? Broken home syndrome. You can't escape broken relationship syndrome. You can't escape fucking
concrete.
1 second, brother. 1 second.
5 turns, concrete kids. You can't escape them. Yeah,
1 second,
absolutely.
faggot. 1 second, Bachi boy. Fucking faggot, child soldier faggot. Anyway, where was I? Yeah, the economy or the world that we live in is decidedly against the middle class and the establishment of the family. And you have niggas who are unwitting participants because they think they're doing good. They're killing the community because they think they're doing good. Encouraging women in their bad behavior kills the community. They're on their side to kill the community. Every one of y'all niggas themselves fucking feminists are helping to kill the community. Every time you encourage bad behavior, you turn a side eye to it, you encourage abortion, you encourage, yeah, girl, you're all killing the community. I hope you realize that. I hope you look in your soul one day.
You say
girl. 1 second. You don't, and what's so crazy, 1 second. And what's so crazy is that you have, as a man in America, you have a disadvantage in terms of the social power dynamics. She's got the upper hand. And she can lay in wait and lull you into a sense of comfort and then spring her dominance on you, right? Shut the fuck up, right? And lay down or get down. And I'm sure you guys, if you're 20 years and above, you understand that. Instinctually, intuitively, or explicitly. If you don't understand it explicitly, and I'm here to tell you, it resonates with your spirit that she had the upper hand and you had to acquiesce to her demands. And unfortunately, this is something that's been going on in the Black community for decades and generations. I saw a video from 1970 where he said, "We're not like our fathers and our grandfathers. We're going to stand up to you." I said, what the fuck? He said, we're not like our fathers and our grandfathers. He's talking about women. We aren't going to put up with it anymore. We're going to stand up to you. So that meant there was a grandfather who couldn't really say, shut the fuck up, right? Calm you down to the women in his house. Because guess what? He'd be in trouble. Then there was a father who couldn't say, shut the fuck up, calm your ass down. Because he'd get in trouble. And on and on and on. So women have unfortunately normalized bad behavior because there was no one there who could, without facing existential crisis and damnation, say, shut the fuck up. Because, oh, he's abusing me. Oh, we gotta go. Moynihan Project, Moynihan Report. The government will take care of you. Let's go. We're out of here. And so the man's sitting there saying, I can't say anything. So I won't say anything. And that's why you think your bad behavior is acceptable. And you have all these conditioned ass niggas who are agreeing or letting it go. Guess what? All of us free niggas, we don't have to fucking say it. We don't have to kiss your ass. There's no state that's going to take away 50% of our possessions if we don't kiss your ass. There's no amount of vagina that you can keep from us if we don't kiss your ass. So guess what? We don't kiss your ass. And you're like, what, what's going on? What's going on? This doesn't make any sense. Does not compute. Because in your normal everyday life, at your job, you have the social upper hand. If you bring sexual harassment, HR will immediately working on your behalf. If you say emotional, financial abuse, the courts will say half. If you say anything of any level of discomfort throughout society, and all the machinations of society will work on your behalf, and you've abused it, ladies, all of you. You abuse it here, you abuse it there, and some of us just don't have to take it. You're never correct. You're never going to see the wrong in you because you haven't seen the wrong in you all your fucking life. But guess what? You have had the reckoning of your behavior. You have had the broken relationships. You have had the men who don't want to talk to you, don't want to touch you, don't want to fuck you anymore, right? You have had that, but you don't think it's you. You don't agree it's you. I don't know what, man. Save yourself. And all you dumbass niggas, stop encouraging them. I know you love them and you think you're doing the right thing, but it doesn't work. Sorry.
All right. So what we've just witnessed
Sounds like concrete's been ripped.
What we've just witnessed was
Never.
Concrete in its prime form. Not only did he just try to verbally lynch one black man, but he lynched another by trying to say that we're the same. This is peak racism. Concrete tried to say that I had said something and I was on fucking mute. These false accusations are the many reasons why black men end up behind bars, and Concrete is feeding into the narrative.
Wait, did you hear what I said? I might be mistaken. I thought it was Dominic. I thought it was you.
Yes.
So
no, hold on.
I might be mistaken. Did you hear that part?
Hold on. Look, now he's trying to cut me off. You see?
Wait, you don't remember when you tried to cut me off?
Shut the fuck up.
You don't remember when you tried to cut me off, crybaby?
Shut the fuck up. I'm speaking. You remember, Concrete? I'll let you finish. Right?
No, you didn't, crybaby.
No.
Could you repeat the point about why black men behind bars? I missed that part. I said repeat what you said about black men being behind bars. I didn't catch it. Look how you get to cry your way to the top. Look at how you cried your way to the top, Steve.
Shut the fuck up. So he tried.
You're basically a woman now,
Steve. Number two. What am I gonna steal?
He's treating you like a woman.
Like that. Number three.
Only the ladies get this type of treatment.
Warning number three. This one hurts. Hold on. Let me change the settings. And let me now. Let me load it. And thank you. So there goes Concrete trying to accuse
I'm at the steal.
two black men. That's warning number one. Didn't occur as he relates to trying to support apparently degenerative behavior that was said by, I think, was it Cogito in support of warning number one. Right? So the problem is, Concrete, stop trying to lynch the black man. Right? Be in support of black men and stop trying to put false accusations on the black man. Comparing me to Dominic is a fucking sin. How dare you compare me to the alcoholic? I'm ashamed. I'm disgusted. And as a matter of fact, Concrete, I don't even know if I have anything to say to you anymore, but I was doing mute.
Bro, I did call that.
That ain't right,
Mr. Fendi's next. Mr. Fendi.
So while you weren't
warning number one, Mr. Fendi's next.
So while you weren't listening to me, Steele, you said something about black men heading to prison. I didn't catch what you said, and so I have to ask you to repeat it. What did you say?
So what I had said was I said, okay, sorry. I said, so what we've witnessed is Ku Klux Concrete trying to verbally lynch two black men. And I said these false accusations that Concrete is putting on these black men is the same reason why black men end up put behind bars. It's the reason why one.
Okay, that's enough. That's enough. I got enough. Yeah, that's ridiculous. That is absolutely ridiculous. That's absolutely ridiculous. It's dumb to compare the false accusations of the freaking 50s and 60s when we weren't fully legally citizens to a conversation on Clubhouse. It's dumb. I know y'all do that for effect, some type of emotional effect, try to make a point, but that's just dumb, fam. It's just silly at best.
All right, let's get to the queue. And the queue is gonna next in the queue is gonna be Agent. Ready?
Hi, everybody. I think it's weird that you're calling what Steele said dumb when you do the same thing. You use Clubhouse as an example constantly about women and other people's behavior. I think that's the odd take that you made, Mr. Finley. But I do have a great issue with the misogyny in this room. I find that some of you guys are just straight homosexuals. You guys don't like women, and just admit to that you don't like women, because a lot of the criticisms about women are, you should actually look internally and do self-checks and criticize yourself. Why are people responding to you that way? Why aren't people interested in what you're saying? Maybe it's you, as opposed to the women. Because oftentimes this is what people do. Instead of reflecting or doing a self-check and reflecting internally and saying, hey, maybe I'm the problem, or maybe I'm approaching a situation incorrectly, they take this immature stance. And this shows that you lack EQ if you do this. You take this immature stance and want to finger point at everyone else. And that's a part of a personality.
I'm next in the queue.
I was speaking. You could put in the chat. You can actually put it, you can actually look in the DSM. It's probably a, access to personality disorder. You probably developed it maybe due to early trauma, I don't know, or maybe negligence from your parents. But this is a very weird take to answer women when you can't even look at yourself. And if you're leading the household, then there shouldn't be, if you're leading, then there shouldn't be this many issues. If you're offering women something that they can actually hold on to, then there wouldn't be this many issues. It seems like there's something lacking on your behalf, and that is why you're taking it out on women. And you guys need to stop. This is how abuse starts, okay, when you can't look at yourself. This is why women are taking a step back saying, hey, I'm not going to tolerate this bullshit. I'm not here to bring up a man. You know what I'm saying? He should already have the confidence. He should already have his ducks in order, and I shouldn't have to elevate him. And this is what it seems like a lot of y'all are looking for this chick to take care of you, to help, to be there with you when you're at the bottom and all this other stuff. It ain't happening no more. And this is why a lot of y'all are single. This is why a lot of y'all are complaining on an audio app about women, because no real man, okay? And I'm surrounded by men, very quality men who are actually doing something, men who are in solid relationships, men who are educated. They would never come on an audio app talking the way you guys speak about women, specifically Black women, and the amount of disrespect that you throw specifically towards Black women. You need therapy. A lot of y'all need therapy.
Can I go out the concrete, please?
I'm not just
No. It's already a queue.
What is the queue? Hand that real quick, bro.
Come on, next in the queue. Come on, next in the queue is Alessandro.
I was asking about the concrete. Why isn't this nigga communicating? What's in the queue?
I'm after some more.
Who's in the queue? All right, cool.
And I'm after some more.
Come on.
Now we got it.
I'll be okay.
I'm after Alessandro then, since we don't know the.
All right, yeah. I mean, damn. I think there may be some projection, because I think everybody's just calling everybody gay now. Like, they're calling us gay. She's calling them gay.
No, I didn't call them gay. I said homosexual.
No, I'm just saying. I feel like there may be some degrees of, because I don't also sure, these dudes are misogynistic and shit. It's weird, and they work together so that their voices are heard in spaces. For instance, and I think the way Finley and Lion talk are pretty cool. They're pretty cool dudes, but notice how Finley, you dissected what Kang said, even though it was obviously a hyperbolic joke, right? But you never do the same thing to Concrete. This is why in society we see men are you know what I mean? And you'll just let that slide by. But if Kang does the same thing, you're you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of weird. So I think she was right to call out the inconsistency. I mean, shit. But yeah, there's a lot of projection. I don't think that these dudes are lame and weird. I think they just support the patriarchy because patriarchy benefits men, right? So yeah, I don't think King and Concrete are lame. They're just They just support the patriarchy because as men that benefits us, So, and I do disagree, but yeah, I feel like there's some projection. All right, I'll land there.
Next in the queue is Concrete. We'll make them Concrete.
All right. So, notice that they went into psychology.
why or what niggas are thinking and why they're behaving. Psychology is a good discipline, but that's just gonna get on a personal level. We basically were flying at 50,000 feet. Shout out to black pilots, and then we just decided to land on one person because we ignored the landscape. We ignored the broader picture, and niggas wanted to isolate it to particular proclivities or psychological positions, right? That's just sophisticated escapism, right? That's just saying I don't want to really deal with it, because if we dealt with it on a statistical level, then I'd have nowhere to run, right? I'd have nothing to say. I'd be caught dead to rights. So there's this thing in law that says if the facts are on your side, bang the facts. If the law is on your side, bang the law. If neither is on your side, bang the desk. So guess what? Niggas are banging the desk. Oh, you niggas are weird. Oh, you niggas are you gay, whatever. But they're not talking about the facts or the law. Let's talk about the law. Let's talk about the facts. So, when we isolate interpersonal relationships from men, we find that women-on-women relationships are what? Very violent. And they have very high rates of disillusion, right? Dissolving, right? Even when they're married women on women, right? Why is that? Is there something about the woman, perhaps? Because now we've controlled for men. We've taken men out of the picture. And what the sophisticated sophist is going to do, and sophistry is when you present superficially plausible or sound arguments, but when you dig deep into them, they're bad, they're wrong, right? So sophistry is part and parcel to these conversations, as is whataboutism. So you're going to get a lot of that. Whataboutism is just a distraction. We talk about that. It's not really dealing with the subject. It's just saying, what about you? Anyway, we're talking about women and their effects on society, and we can deal with that on a statistical level. And we can see, as Finley provide for us, professional insight into family court dynamics. And he's discussed how most divorces are initiated by women, and for mostly frivolous reasons. I'm not happy. Irreconcilable differences. Finances, right? And so we see where the real fracture in the middle class family is, which is the nation, the foundation of the nation is the family. And we see who's destroying the black nation, right? And now if you look at abortion and the rate of abortion, families not even coming into existence. Families are allowed to even exist. And you're going to say, the man's fault. It's all the man's fault. No. Women have a part to play. You can't infantilize women. They're not children. They are adults. They are equal in responsibility in society and interpersonal relationships, right? Some people are going to say equal in society, and they ignored interpersonal relationships.
Captain of the Navy, reporting for duty, Commander.
Your responsibility in interpersonal relationships. That's where you and your man are working this out together, irrespective of governmental laws, social dynamics, anything else.
All aboard!
You and him.
Captain of the Navy, George Steinhardt.
And the men, by and large, stick through it. We say, come hell or high water, happiness or not, finances up or not, cheating or not, we're going to stick with it. Women say, fuck it. And it's our fault. Anyway, misogyny benefits everybody, misogyny and what you're characterizing as, strong male leadership, I think you call that misogyny. It benefits everybody. And there's statistics on that as well. When women get paid,
they benefit themselves. When men get paid, they benefit the entire family. There's statistics on that. So, yeah, no psychology necessary. Just pure statistics. Thank you. It's on you tomorrow.
Oh shit! Add me to the queue.
Yeah, I think that what Alessandro said was pretty off. Like that's kind of like in a self-absorbent like context where a person like promotes a certain system because they are the individual that's able to take credit for all of the successes that are like attached to it. I think the problem here is that like when you're looking at society and you're looking at the best system possible for there to be like cohesion and like progression and all these like cool things that you can kind of line up generationally, you could attribute it to a system that out there being any kind of like self-absorbent like nature or selfish like out view of that. I wasn't gonna take a shot at old girl. I thought there would be a good joke there, but she seems like she's a strong woman, so we'll let Finley go and take place. Do your thing, bro.
So I took issue with an analogy that he used, right? I said it was a bad analogy. Should I have just said it's a bad analogy to make it simple? No. Finley, you make analogies all the time. You zero make it bad. And then it became about the black woman. I don't know how the hell we got there, right? We came about the black woman. I'm not. It's like is there a script? Is there a script? Are there talking points? Is there what are those diagrams called? The arrows? Like, is there a diagram that says respond here, boom, 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 and it all points like it's
like a
flow chart. Black woman. Yeah, thank you, Mike. A flow chart that just always go to the black woman. Like what? I don't understand it. I was listening to a conversation that I shouldn't have inserted myself into, but I did, in which this woman that I know was talking about how James Tarico is only going against running for the seat because he does not like black women. It's Jasmine Crockett, so he is on the attack of Jasmine Crockett, right? And I inserted myself into the conversation. I said he was in the race first, and has not said a single disparaging thing about Jasmine Crockett. But she still some way found out, oh no, now you defending the white man. I'm like, wait, what? Like, everything ain't about women. Everything ain't about black women. And then this conversation began, agent, because I think that you're out of context. This conversation began because argument was that women overtalked on this stage and in the clubhouse because they're women. And I was speaking to specifically, everybody gets overtalked. It ain't got nothing to do about your gender. Absolutely nothing, right? And then the youth ex, Cogito, right? Alessandra, I got to throw you in this thing because I didn't want to be suspects. Have to always cape for freaking women when it's not the time to cape for women. It's not the time, right? My opinion, the stage is freaking, it's not equal because there are some people that hate the stage because they have bigger mics than others. That's just the nature of the stage, right? It's the nature of club, right? It's just, it is what it is. It ain't got nothing to do with freaking gender or race or none of that stuff. It's just the nature of freaking Clubhouse. Stop making it what it ain't. And then attack. Because if I were to say I'm happily married, I got sisters, I got mama, right? I'm trying to have kids, so hopefully, Lord willing, I have a daughter one day, right? Then what's the argument going to be? Oh, Finley, you don't understand no more, but you ain't out here no more. It's a lose-lose. If I'm single, that's why I'm single, because I hate women. If I'm married, well, you ain't out here no more, so you don't understand. They always got a response. You know why they always got a response? Because their responses are not real. They're just, they're scripted. They're freaking scripted. They're the standard response. They're the canned responses, if you will. I'm gonna leave it there.
Oh wow, that was boring. I could see why you left being an attorney because
I wanted to be a pilot. Because I wanted to be a pilot is why I left.
Failed because you were a failure.
Yeah, you're right. I did. I went to
That's a woman, Finley.
Because if you're coming off the bat, off rip saying the dumb shit that you just said, it shows that you have no listening skills. And, I can understand why people have issue with what you said because everything you said had no relevance. It was to what I had stated and what was stated prior to in this room misogynist. I understand you're elder misogynist. I know them hairs are growing in your ears, so it may be hard for you to hear. But there was some misogynistic terms being thrown around and quotes being thrown towards women, and you guys do speak women. You guys do overspeak women. You guys are constantly dismissing women. And the funny thing is, and no offense to Jessica here, but when it's a white woman, oh, you guys are quiet. Okay, and I don't know if this is this impression, this psychological slave impression that you have, where you have to be, you show the utmost respect to white people like you guys do, but that is what some of y'all do. When there's a white person in this room, you will let them speak, you will let them say whatever they have to say. You'll even be in agreement with some of the most racist and vile shit that they will say. But as soon as a woman, jealous of what? Like, jealous of what? Y'all don't have nothing. Like, let's be real. Like, jealous of what? Anyways, like I was saying, you guys will show the utmost respect for anyone who's white on stage. When it's a black person speaking, or that doesn't ignore, if it's a black woman, y'all will jump on her asses. Y'all do that a lot. If you don't want to own it, maybe that's your mental illness, where you guys cannot see the errors in your ways, but that is what you do. A lot of people will be in agreement with your behavior on this app. You are specifically, Finley, are ignorant. You are very ignorant when it comes to issues within the Black community. You will specifically harp on issues that are your perceived issues that are affecting Black men, but you will never talk about the real issues that are affecting Black men because you're a blockhead. You don't know anything. And that is the problem with speaking with some of you. You guys only position yourselves as a saviors for Black men, when in reality, you're actually poisoning Black men. You are the reason why Black women are turning their backs on some Black men. It's because of the behaviors and the conversations that you have. Black women are not interested. Black women are not interested in picking you up. Black women are interested in your verbal abuse. They're not interested in you verbally abusing children. They're not interested in the nonsense and the rhetoric that you're putting out there. Where we're talking to Black women, and someone could even articulate a valid point. They went to lesbian relationships, which has nothing to do with what we were speaking about. And so if you guys can't win, you guys want to move the goalposts. If you guys can't win, you want to exclude Black women. And that is where the conversation stalls, and that's why there is no communication, or there's a stressful it's stressful to communicate or have communication between Black men and Black women because of how you behave. And I don't know if it's like the elder misogynist or teaching the younger misogynist, but maybe I need to back off.
That's the sound of the bees. That's the sound of the police.
Yes, girl. Hey, Philly, I got this one. Hold on, Agent, you are kind of like separating me from the guys, right?
I don't know you. You just got in the room. Why are you censoring yourself?
Well, obviously, I've been here the whole time.
Why are you censoring yourself?
When you said I just got here, were you wrong?
Oh my God, can we move on?
Were you wrong? So you're wrong. She wants to be white. I'm being lectured upon by someone the rude, misogynistic, Black male community, right? And I was ad hom several times by internet streamers. It's funny, it's crazy, but it's expected. It's expected. When the throw stones and play the victim. That's normal. I've gotten used to it. You know what I'm saying? I got used to it.
Like, goddamn. It's like, I'm like, goddamn. I think she may have you mixed up with another dude, Mr. Flynn. I sincerely think she might have heard you say some other shit. Because I was disagreeing with you, but I can't hate on you like this. Goddamn. She said like you weren't shit. I think she even said you were low-key evil. And I'm like, Mr. Finley, and she called you evil. Mr. Finley.
It's par for the course in doing things. And he got a queen.
People, but you're a failed lawyer, and your data
said fail.
That's a woman.
And it showed you couldn't hold weight in family court because look at the nonsense that
She said fail. This is crazy.
This is crazy.
Failed.
All right, bro.
Yeah, I need to find a better job.
Who's turning accuser?
It's all Floyd.
Oh shit, it's
Fuck Miami-Dade.
Simone was
Fuck Miami-Dade.
Wait.
I would gentrify Miami. Fuck that. I'm not the Simone. Cut some yeah, I just put my pen out.
Oh shit, right on. Did you see me?
Oh, and I was talking if I skipped you outside of my bed, you're a man. I should have did that.
Shit, free Jazzy. But not much on training like alright. Pretty sure I'm just gonna say like, hey man, Mr. Finley, you're a pretty cool dude. All the rest of y'all say weird shit sometimes. That's probably why she's like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? So like, I think she might have it mixed up with one of you guys who said some wild ass shit. Or maybe she just don't fuck with you, Mr. Finley. I'll land there.
Bro, he said a fail.
Alright.
That's crazy.
So, yeah, this is a really good. I don't know. This is a really good topic. Y'all going at each other. I don't know why my name kept being brought up, but I mean, it's all good. I understand why. But I think that agent really.
You said I don't know why, but I understand why.
Yeah, next person
Yeah.
to cut him off on me.
Yeah. Damn. So, yeah, see, I lost my whole track of fucking thought, man. Damn. So, you know, again, my name was brought up. And Mr. Finley, I understand why you brought it up. But you still feel some type of way about me, right? And that's cool. And I'm not going to bring that out right now. If you want to talk about it, you know, we can talk about it, hash it out. But I feel like when Agent was talking, she really hit on key points about your character, and that is where I was coming from. You know, at clear as day, when you talk about the African American community, I feel like you're not in the heart of it, right? You talk from this place, and I mean, it's cool that you have a mindset or narrative that you want to help out, but I don't think you're in the right to actually do that. I think you're highly privileged, which there's nothing wrong with that, but I don't think you're really in the woods with helping African Americans. And this is just my perspective, you know, and I could be entirely wrong about it, but, you know, I've met African Americans with this idea of helping African Americans, but they've never really, you know, went in depth to try to understand African Americans. It's just they run with the idea to enrich their life. I can put it that way. They have this idea that I'm helping African Americans, and they run with it. It's almost like Black Lives Matter, right? And to an extent, I think it was helping out. But it went to this next level where it wasn't so much of about African Americans. It's more so of this idea that was profiting. But I think at the heart of it, the creator really wanted to help African Americans. And that is something that we have to deal with all together. But I think that the way you frame everything as you helping and you want to get down there in the dirt with it, I don't think it's true. And again, I could be wrong about that. But to the women in the room, a lot of these men in here, and I like to say they have that mentality. I'm not gonna call their names, but every time I come off a mic and I want to support a woman, it seems as if they want to throw this idea around me.
Everything I say is a lie. Everything I say is not the truth.
I'm
cool
a
with
man
who
even
always
right
says
now,
the
right?
opposite.
But I don't
Traitor,
support
Clinton.
women just because they're women. I take a more in-depth look at their character. I don't know how y'all operate out there in the real world, but when I see women, I see them. But I also see everything about them, that makes them them. And I highlight their positives, and also I look at their negatives, just as if I was to approach a man, right? And again, I'm all for women. I love women, and you won't take that away from me. And I will continue to support women. But I mean, I'm just here to let you know that you can't change that, and you can call me a simp. I won't feel some type of way. I'm cool with that. And for the women in the room, and also when they used to be here, I mean, for me, you're highly valued. I like your input. I think you're intellectual. There's a lot of women that come in here that have real good, and they get in the mud with you niggas, man, and they throw y'all around, and y'all not even aware of it. Specifically, what just happened, Agent, Miss Fifi, they really do some good points out there, and y'all couldn't really handle it, but I'll just leave it there, man.
Wait. I'm not helping my own community, and you came to this conclusion. How exactly?
I didn't. Never mind, bro. You got it.
Because Agent said it. No, that's what you said. I want to know how you came to this conclusion. Based on what exactly?
Because you push out information.
You called me. I wasn't talking to you. You called me. I want to have this conversation. So you how did you come to this conclusion exactly? What am I not doing? And how do you know this?
What I'm saying is you're not in the right place.
What place should I be in? And what does that mean, in the right place?
And let me elaborate. What I mean is that you're not really trying to understand African American.
I am an African American. How am I not trying to understand me?
Let me can I finish and land? Right? You're not. I'm listening. So what I mean is this. When you're African American, and I'm not saying you're not, there's levels to it, right? And what I mean is that you have race and you have class. Earlier I stated that you seem like you come from a privileged place, right? There are African Americans that is not at your level in terms of class. This means you have an entirely different experience when it comes to African Americans in a class that's lower than you, or lesser than you. So when you are saying, hey, I'm out here, and you may be doing it from a place that you, like I said, I could be wrong. You may be doing it from a place that is at your class, right? But if you was to take a more in-depth look, like go lesser than so, and try to understand those, their perspective, right? Because again, what I'm listening to in your character, you've never been to the projects. You've never been, in the depth of the trenches. Can I finish? Right? I'm just saying from my experience from your character, bro. Don't take it as if I'm absolute, in this absolute term, bro. Because you keep cutting me off, and I'm trying to
having a conversation.
It wasn't cute. What happened? Oh my
God, bro.
You see how you're whining, bro? That's not manly, bro. That's like what babies do. Babies do that. When the parent watches the baby and lets the baby whine, the baby's gonna whine more. That's what you're doing.
These niggas, bro. Go home, these niggas. Fight through it.
Man, see, I'm really trying to land that. Look, Philly, I'm not saying this is exactly what you're doing, bro. I'm telling you from my experience of you listening on this app. I don't know you personally, right? That's self-evident. You don't need to interject and try to write me, bro. Just listen to what I'm saying, and then after that, then you can write me, right? Have some type of fucking self-control. Now I'm upset because I really tried to express myself.
Go to your room.
And you can't
go to your room if you're upset, then.
Anyway.
We don't need to hear you crying in the living room.
Concrete.
Go in your room.
You being a bitch right now, bro.
And you not?
You actively Mr. Philly, what I'm saying is that there's levels to it, bro. Right? For me, it doesn't sound like being in the trenches, in the projects, listening to these African Americans, because you will actually not sit here and try to paint this narrative as in maybe we should target and I'm not saying you're entirely wrong about it, but target the white community, right? Instead, you got to go to the heart of the African American community and try to help them change the way. And I'm not saying they're problematic, but what I'm saying is you got to go in that community and structure it in a way that we can benefit each other, right? Instead of going out there from your I say it's a blind spot from this privileged space, right? Where you go into like this level of maybe we should go out there in the community and go after, I don't know, some politician or whatever. You know what I mean? I've been in community centers where I'm with African Americans who are in like this level of they cannot get out of this thinking and systematic thought of, hey, the only privilege that I have is to sell drugs, right? And if you're not in the heart of that, where you take a child that think the only opportunity they have is to sell drugs and motivate them out of that, right? And introduce them to a level of you have more talents and opportunities within you other than going out there selling drugs. For me, you have yet to experience that level, right? Where you're in the heart of it. That is my experience from, you expressing yourself and your character on this app. It's always from this more privileged place from my experience. So that is where, I don't align with you when you try to do this, thing with African Americans. Like this, I don't know, it's for me, I would say it's like kind of this fake thing because you're not really doing anything. I like the idea, it's beneficial, but when you get down to the nitty gritty and put it into work, it's quite different when it comes to African Americans.
Can I go after
I'll just leave it there, man. My thoughts was all fucked up. I'll leave it there.
All right, I'm after Kendo. Is anybody after Kendo?
I just want to say something.
Yeah. All right, so cool.
Wait, hold on. Let me respond, and then you go, and then I go.
Go ahead.
I don't know. Yeah, this is weird. I am an African American, right? You say privilege. My mom was a school teacher. My dad worked in the factory for 35 years. I was raised on the farm, right? I wasn't raised in the urban centers, but I did spend every summer in freaking Little Haiti in Miami. Don't know if that counts, right? But maybe it does, right? I also was a police officer for 4 years, and I worked in freaking Locust on the east side of freaking Milwaukee and the northwest side of freaking Milwaukee with a place like the Holden Youth Center. These will ring a bell to Kendo because he knows the area very well.
Absolutely.
Place like the Holden Youth Center, Park Lawn, West Lawn, that's where I chose to work. When I left the force, became an attorney, I still worked in a volunteer, did pro bono services in those same areas. The reason that I didn't want to freaking be an attorney more, because I didn't want to freaking be an attorney. My parents wanted me to be a freaking attorney, right? You see, I speak from a place of privilege. I built a somewhat decent life for myself, but I still do a lot of.
You have the concrete.
And this idea that I'm not in the trenches is just laughable. I don't talk about half of what I do on this app. All y'all know me as is what I currently do. That's it. I know I'm a married guy that wasn't raised in the hood, but I definitely wasn't raised up.
You're a fucking hero.
Having two parents. I guess having two parents that were married until death did them part. I guess maybe that makes me privileged. Having being second generation college, and my mom went to college, I guess that makes me privileged. But this idea that I'm not in the trenches is laughable at best. It's just laughable. But if you ever want to take a peek into Finley's life, right? Just a little bit of peek in my life. If you're ever bored on a Sunday, right? My church they live stream the service on Youth Service Sunday, right? When we talk about Steps of a Good Man, which is a program that I run at the church, just listen for 5 minutes and just hear some of the things that I am doing for, I guess, people that are African American, sort of, because I guess we're sort of African American because I'm not from the hood. I'm gonna leave it there.
That was beautiful.
I'm after Kendo.
I'm at the concrete.
I'm after Nathan. Jacobus at the concrete. You have the Jacobus.
I was at the Jacobus.
I don't know what's going on.
Just shut up, Dominic.
Sorry, go ahead, Ken.
Yo, what the fuck?
I don't give a fuck. You wasn't talking. You still need to shut the fuck up. Go ahead.
I wasn't even saying shit.
Yeah, like, this is an interesting battle that we're having today. I just want y'all to know, Miss Fifi, Jessica, Agent, especially you, y'all women. I yield the rest of my time.
What the hell, nigga? That shit was just getting good. What the hell? Anyway, thank you. Listen, Agent, you owe Mr. Finley an apology. I feel like all those criticisms would be best directed towards myself. I do hate the black community. I want nothing good for it. Also, what's his name? Cogito, you were following Agent's lead, obviously, and under a little bit of scrutiny, you crumbled like a cookie. What's a dry, brittle substance that can't withstand a lot of weight? Like snow? You crumbled like snow doesn't crumble.
Saltines,
brother.
Saltines.
Saltines? Crackers?
Yeah, crackers.
No, all right, we'll go with crackers.
Yeah.
Cogito crumbled like a cracker with the least amount of pounds per square inch pressure applied to him, PSIs. Yeah, anyway. Yeah, man, that was horrible, bro. You did bad. And you tried to use the white woman techniques to get out of it. You interrupted me. Damn, man. Bro, that shit, that's theatrics, brother. And we know when theatrics are for theatrication and theatricality and theatrification.
Nigga, stop.
And that's what you were doing. You were theatricizing. And so that's, pathetic. Grown men shouldn't do that. Unless it's for comedic effect. Thank you. But other than that, no, to try to get your way, nigga, to try to get your way in a conversation with a calm nigga who's not berating you, who patiently waited and heard what you had to say, and you insulted this man to his face and he didn't call you a bitch-ass nigga, you gonna try to use theatrics to get out of it? I say, damn, Agent done put a battery in this nigga back. Agent said, we're gonna attack Finley, and Cogito says, yes! And he did not think the plan through. Anyway, Agent, yes, you owe Mr. Finley an apology. It was not appropriate. And we have to increase the quality of the community. And that starts with our interpersonal relationships between men and women. Even in social settings. This is practice for your real settings. If you can't, and here's the really sad part. If women can't navigate social settings with nothing on the line, can you imagine when there's a mortgage on the line, car payments on the line, credit card bills on the line? Y'all niggas are gonna lose it. Your interpersonal skills are lacking. That's what y'all don't realize. This is practice for the game. This is just practice for the game. And y'all are looking bad. Come Sunday, y'all are gonna get shellacked, and lo and behold, women are down bad. And so are men. It's a lose-lose game, actually. We both lose. And y'all realize it, we realize it, but it's not, you don't know what to do. I know, you don't know what to do. And that would be, you have to follow the lead of strong, conscious men. And you don't want to do that. So therefore you keep failing. And we all keep failing. So it is what.
Is Michael?
Yeah, man. I'm just trying to get him accused right now.
So is this, I got a two-part. Yo, Louis, are you there? Army Tether? Are you there? Lucito? Louis? He's asleep. So my two-part question, I'm going to start last with Louis, right? But my first is, one of my favorite books in the world is a book called Superman to Man by J.A. Rogers. The Porter is basically like a minor character in the book. He's unnamed, but he serves like a symbolic role because he represents the inequality and the suffering that the black man took before the civil rights, even after, and during that whole period of suffering, right? And in that, he takes a labor role on a regular train going through the South. But he meets a politician, a racist one at that. And you learn the story of the Porter. He is an exceptional Negro. He done traveled to France. He done traveled all around the world. He speaks many languages. He done took jobs that most Negroes could never even take in their lifetime. But yet he's a Porter. So when I see this individual, I'm like, yo, this is a hero. The way he debates the senator, the way he has his experiences, the arguments he uses. I'm like, yo, this is a black fucking hero. So the day you come across one, whether he be unnamed or named like Finley, one should give flowers when flowers is due. Finley is an exceptional motherfucking Negro. He's not a young cookie either. He's not 20 years old, 30, 40. This nigga is the grown fucking man who exemplified what it is to be a black man in the conditions that this nigga lived. Some of you can never fathom his journey. You couldn't last a couple years after the civil rights era when niggas still had the animosity. And this nigga had to go through it amongst the whitest bulls in the fucking police force. And I don't even know if you niggas know what it takes to be a fucking pilot. Over 500 fucking hours in the air. But yet you start on the ground. This nigga was amongst white people there, still battling amongst them. I'm not trying to suck this nigga dick. No, I'm just saying you niggas don't know who is amongst you. And number two, this is my last point. This nigga,
you did suck and swallow, but
no, it's okay. It's okay. Now, what's his name? Louis. You may not be there, but you are an African.
I'm here, brother.
Yes, thank you. Yo, Louis, you ever heard of the South Africans and the Boers?
I have, yes.
Right. These are like white folks in Africa, right?
They are, yes.
They're African, correct?
Yes. Descendants of the Dutch, yeah.
Yeah, but they're African. Now, yeah. I make one claim to you, and I just want you to tell me yes or no.
Okay.
You living in Philly, an African, you are less African than them niggas. You agree?
No, I don't think so. I mean, I'm not African by nationality. It's very difficult. It's hard to answer with yes or no.
I'm saying, look, you are a child of African immigrants, beautiful people, exceptional parents.
Yes.
Right? And you grew up here in Philly with other motherfuckers in America. And I'm saying, because of that, Louis, you are less African than them white Africans in South Africa. And that's a fact.
And that's a fact. In some ways, yes. In some ways, yes, and other no. You know, I see what you're getting at. Yeah. In some ways, yes.
No, in all ways, yes.
I think if we do a DNA test, we would find that my blood is more like linked
that I'm your
to like Africans.
So the Black American, his blackness is tied to what then? Since yours is tied to what?
Blood.
Oh, blood. So, my nigga Miami, my nigga Knowledge could never be black.
He's black adjacent. He always lets us know that.
No, so he can never call himself black.
Yeah,
as much as a Black American.
I think he does say me no black all the time. That's like it's
No. So I just want to make it clear.
Me no black.
So those white Africans are more African than you. And that's you saying no because it's based on blood. I'm like, okay. So now when we look at the Black American, his blackness is tied to what?
To his blood.
And what else?
Well, there's also like through ethnogenesis, during ethnogenesis, there's a new understanding of blackness in the Americas.
A new understanding
of blackness, and by way of the ethnogenesis of the Americans. So, if you want to.
So, what's cultural Nigerian food, Louis?
So, can you just make your statement right? So, because I'm after Nate, so I don't have the time. So just
you had a chance, nigga.
Nah, you actually
question. Talk, niggas. Yeah, right, nigga. You could talk, nigga. Shut the fuck up, bitch ass nigga. Hold the fuck on.
How dare you interrupt me?
Right. What is going on here?
This nigga want to interrupt me and shit. This so fast.
Yo, we finna jump this nigga tonight.
This nigga already been jumped.
I got you. Oh, was that all? Was that all you needed?
Nah, I was trying to talk to you, but look, real quick, I'll just say this. So, cultural food for Nigerians would be what if culture is a learned behavior?
I'm not sure I understand the question.
Cultural food will be what for Nigerians if culture is a learned behavior?
You have to rephrase what you said because he doesn't understand.
Culture is basically a learned behavior.
Yes.
Right?
Sure.
And I'm asking you, what is the cultural Nigerian food?
You're asking me to name foods?
No, all right. So when you look at the cultural Nigerian foods, right, you got your little foods, you got your little shit, right? That's something that you niggas learned over time. You niggas cook and you eat it, and you do it a certain way. Now, when you look at the Black American, what is cultural Black American?
The same thing. Foods.
What?
Foods that culturally Black American.
What the fuck is that?
I don't know, like what we have access to. Like your cuisine is a mixture of like, like it's kind of like what you have at your disposal, right?
Can you name one?
Like barbecue ribs, nigga.
Like nigga, that's not fucking Black American food.
Alright, barbecue chicken.
That's Southern food. Is it you know what? Look, I'm gonna show you something, bro. You know what Black people ate culturally, nigga? You eat slop. You ate the shit that niggas gave pigs, nigga. Yeah. And sometimes you had a little bit.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead, because these niggas don't even know their culture.
And as a Black
man, fuck the culture, nigga.
Alright, come on, Nino. Anyway, so that's
me no white, me no black, me Dominican. That's right.
Yes, sir. Anyway, so I'll be fast. And this is to address my boy, Mr. Finley. And Mr. Finley knows he's my boy, but I gotta call a spade a spade. I'm just gonna read a few lines from this prophet that passed away in 96. But you were always committed. A poor single mother on welfare. Tell me how you did it. There's no way I can pay you back. But the plan is to show you that today. Some more words. Now, ain't nobody tell us it was fair. The love for my daddy, because the coward wasn't there. He passed away, and I didn't cry. With my anger.
We'll let you feel straight.
Exactly. I hung around with the thugs, and even though they sold drugs, they showed a young brother what? Love. Exactly. So when my boy Cogito said, you're privileged, Mr. Finley, this is what he means. And you didn't experience the Black American experience, my brother.
I hope you understand.
What you experienced was a fabricated version of a white person's life. And it wasn't a bad thing, Mr. Finley. He's just saying that because you have this privileged life, that's why you're the person that's to the church. And you're not the person that's receiving from the church. That's why you're able to do that. And God has blessed you good, Mr. Finley, but you gotta call a spade a spade. You're not Black.
You're brown.
Add me to the queue.
I'm in the queue after Jacobus.
And even that's a correct.
So, you know when Concrete was speaking, right? He didn't get interrupted. So I would like that saying. I would like that saying.
Yeah, you crying. The first thing you want to do is laugh. Yeah, the first thing you want to do is cry.
No. Come on,
Michael Jack a bus. So you got to lose it.
Let's keep the flow. Let's keep the flow, guys. Come on, go ahead.
Look, so I want to make one thing clear. The reason why I responded to Mr. Finley wasn't because of Agent. It was because Mr. Finley brought me up about the females, right? That was the one thing. Then I heard Agent's response, and it aligned, right, to what I have previously thought and said when I called Mr. Finley a fake. So I try to elaborate from my perspective of the reasoning why I see him as fake, right? When it comes to the African American community. And Nathan did touch on it. And I'm not saying that you're not African American. What I'm saying is an entirely different experience that I believe we have yet to experience when it comes to African Americans. And this is why I say you are privileged. Did I say it was a good or bad thing? No, I said you're all good, bro. I'm not calling you a bad person because of that. What I am saying is that there's a different experience you have yet to experience. And if you was really about it, you would get to that level of experience as well. From my experience, if you was in this deeper level of what, and I depict it this way, like the trenches or the hood, and you really talk to the African Americans there, you know that sometimes they don't give a fuck about what you're talking about. So how do you get through people that really don't give a fuck about what you're talking about? Because they're not talking about what you're talking about. And that's what I'm saying. If you was there, you would know that the level that you are attacking this is okay. But it is not where it is actually needed, right, from my perspective. Because I've, again, been in those communities where if you was, Mr. Finley, right now to approach them in the manner that you approach people on this app, they will shoot you away. They'll tell you, get the fuck out of my face. What you talking about? I'm here to make money, et cetera, et cetera. It's a different level of experience. So what I'm telling you is, if you was down there at that level of trying to understand African Americans, then the way you are talking about it right now would be completely different. It's almost like a fiction. I bring up a fictional character, you know, like Denzel Washington, Training Day, all this shit, right? It's the level. It's the level of that, right? Where you get down to the nitty gritty and you really take in somebody and you try to. It's not attacking, not the system itself. It's really trying to break down their mentality to give them like to think differently, right? And that was like, for me, my perspective. And I'm trying to let you know that's where I'm coming from. Am I saying you this person, that person? No, I'm just letting you know from my experience, you know, this is you can give it or you can take away from it, or you could just say, yo, you wrong. That's fine. But let me land and let me say what I gotta say. Again, the reason why I came off mic is because Mr. Finley had my name in his mouth. He brought me up. I didn't bring him up today. He got on stage and y'all started to talk about gender, and then he decided to go cogito, right? And I was like, I said to myself, why did this nigga bring my name up? So I decided to come off mic and highlight a different level of the situation. And that was the reason why the engagement happened, right? But stupid motherfuckers in this room decide to try to jump me and paint this different narrative. And I hate that shit. This is why I say some of you motherfuckers are dumb. Because you can't rationalize a situation, right? At first, I started off with a simple clapback at Mr. Finley. Then it evolved into something else, right? And this is because some of y'all have these feelings like in the depth of you that you have against me, which is cool. Let it out. But just give me the space. And I'm going to just make this clear. I don't care about what you talk about. I don't care how you talk about me. The only thing I ask, which runs accordingly to this space, is that you give me space. Everyone have their say in here. But the situation is, hey, if we don't like what you say, we're going to jump you. We're going to over-talk you. We don't like you here. We're going to try to push you away. And it works with some people, but it will not work with me. I'm going to come off mic, and I'm going to attack your character. I'm going to hit you where it hurts. And I'm not doing it for the audience. I'm doing it for you. I'm going to hit you where it hurts, and I'm going to let you know I'm going to hurt you. And I'm not talking physically. I'm talking about characterize. I'm talking about get you to fucking search yourself, have some type of introspection, nigga. I'm not that type of person to fuck with. Like, out here in the real world, I'm not the type of person. I'll let you know right then and there. The way I'm talking to you now is the way I'll talk to you in your face. The way I communicate on here is the way I talk to anybody. I treat this as if I'm out and about with an average person, with the normal person. But I'll leave it there.
It's my goal.
I'm after Jacobus.
I'm after Concrete.
I'm after Line.
I targeted.
Wait, we already had a few.
I'm after Nathan. I'm after Nathan.
I targeted Louis.
It's the human.
I beat a lot of people. Now I'm gonna target Miss Fifi. So Miss Fifi, I'm gonna give you my premise, and it starts like this: your black cultural food is not fucking cultural food. It's just fucking Southern food, right? And what you call collard greens, cornbread, a little fried chicken, little black eyed peas, little okra, little sweet potatoes, that's fucking Southern food that was available to you poor ass niggas, right? And when you look at like how you came about this situation, your ancestors had something called stipends. You was given a little money at the beginning of the month to make sure you had all your basic needs settled. And you know what you niggas bought? You bought a pound of salted pork and maybe a little cornmeal. And with that, you will get a little beans, you get a little collard greens, get a little sweet potato, a little molasses.
I'm after.
Whoop, you got yourself a nice little Southern meal. So when we speak of blacks having cultural food, you don't have a fucking culture. You don't have a fucking nationality. You don't got no sovereign piece of land of your own. You ain't got no fucking jiggable language. You ain't got no motherfucking economic system. And if you did, you probably talk about it like Santa Claus, so you call it Black Wall Street. So basically what I'm telling you is, you are an unclassified people. You all, your ancestors, all your offspring will be, and so is mine, not mine, I'm Jewish. So what I'm telling you is, you niggas need to adopt a new culture, a new nationality. Because as of now, you have nothing. I could help you. I could give you a new food to eat. I could give you a little language. I could give you a sovereign piece of land. And all you gotta do is convert to Judaism. And you will have yourself what every people have. You'll be able to do what Bismarck did, what fucking George Washington did with his people, what Napoleon did with his people. But as of now, you are just a fairy tale, a figment of what it is to be a real people.
Alright, y'all was good, Jacobus. One mic on Luca. Luca been fucked in.
No, go ahead. I call that Jacobus.
No, but he called after me.
Go ahead.
I'll let you go first, man. Then I'll
go ahead. I want to flame you up when you're done. Go ahead.
Shit. I mean, I'm actually kind of busy at the moment, dude.
All right, brother.
I'm sorry.
All right, yield to me. Yield to me.
Yeah, yield it. Give it up.
All right, brother. Pause. Damn it. Oh, damn, nigga. Dude,
Go ahead, Concrete.
Yeah, so your boy, Cogito said nothing yet again. And just stop, bro. Stop. Stop. You're digging a hole. Stop, Cogito. You've gone deep enough. Pause. Stop, Cogito. Stop. You're embarrassing yourself. Stop. I repeat, you're embarrassing yourself. We don't want to hear you anymore complain about anybody else again. Stop. You interrupted Jacobus. Do not complain about over-talking ever again. Stop. Please. You have nothing to say. You attacked Mr. Finley, one of the best examples of a black man on the goddamn stage. Shut up. Stop. Please. You're fucking up. And you're running behind Agent. Agent is, doing her thing. Let her do her thing. You don't need to be a participant. Stop, Cogito. When women are over-talking, we need you to raise your fucking voice and say, hey, ladies, please calm down. Whatever lady is wilding out, be it Don, never Miss Fifi, be it fucking Jessica, any woman that starts acting the ass, Cogito, we need you as a staunch woman advocate to say, hey, calm down, lady. Don't be like that. We need you to say it to ASB. We need you to say it to Jessica. We need you to say it to all the women, not Miss Fifi. Keep your hands off Miss Fifi. Right? But you're not going to do it. We're never going to see you do it, Cogito. We're never, ever, ever, ever going to see Cogito say anything to a woman in any kind of corrective manner. Even if it's in the lightest, most gentle, most reasonable way. Why? Because you're pussy. You're pussy, Cogito. You're big pussy.
Nigga.
You're big. Hold on, Copus. I don't need no chorus, bro. Please.
Next, man. I'm next.
You're a big pussy, Cogito. And that's the problem. Oh, no more chorus, please and thank you. We're doing this on solo, flying solo. Shout out to Black Pilots, Mr. Finley. Anyway, Cogito, I don't want to use that word, but I did it for effect. You are afraid to speak the truth, right? You are afraid to speak the truth, brother. And I have to get it through to you because we're going to see you sit on us and complain about the men and have not one fucking word to say to the ladies. You're a hypocrite, brother. You're a blatant hypocrite. And you want to talk about people's character? Nigga, check your character. Because we all know Concrete got smoke for everybody except Miss Fifi. Don't you dare talk about Miss Fifi, you son of a bitch. So I have, well, Coco, you know, Coco too. There you go. Anyway, Cogito, don't listen, brother. And Nate, you fell for the trap, bro. Nate called the black community Tupac in the Tupac situation. That is a caricature, misrepresentation. There is a strong percentage of them. But we have statistics. And what we can find as we search, and I'll give you my prompt, you can look it up yourself. What are the average statistics of a black family 38 years ago in the rural South? And what you can see is that only, I think it was 30% didn't have a man in the house, right? So that means that good, clean black family had a father most of the time. And 54% of the Negro community lived in the South. So that tells you that the experience Mr. Finley had was the quintessential regular Negro experience. And to say
30% is pretty high.
1 second, brother. And to say that he didn't, because you're thinking about the Chicago black experience or the Philadelphia black experience or the California black experience, you're mistaken. Because again, statistics show 54% of the Negroes, that's over half, or greater than half, greater than half, lived in the South. So, if anybody is experiencing the Negro experience, it's going to be a black Southerner in rural America, in my opinion. That's the black experience. That's the quintessential black experience. You know why? Because that's where slavery was. Not in the North, not so much in the West, or not so much in the North, not so much in the West, right? It was in that dirty, stinking South. Real black South. And we had a good, strong black community that has been forever getting worse, right? So when we look 30 years ago, 40 years ago, it was better. And what we have now is worse. But it wasn't the Tupac situation. That was the 80s, right? Damn it, it's 80s, 40s? Damn it, I fucked up. Anyway, it wasn't the Tupac situation. Thank you.
Cogito pussy. Yeah.
All right.
Is it my turn?
It's Nate. I'll be fast. I remember there was a show, right? And in the show, there was a group of friends. They had this idea that they're gonna live off welfare. So they went down to the welfare office, and they was like, "Put us on welfare. We're not working." They said, "No, you have to be in a more extreme condition, right?" So what they did was they looked at their surroundings. They saw that everyone was on crack. So what they said was, "Hey, we're gonna just do crack." So they said, "Hey, we're addicted to crack. Can you now put us on welfare?" And guess what happened? These individuals, they went on welfare. Crackhead situation puts you in a condition where you could be on welfare. And to say I grew up as a parent on welfare, living off of welfare, that's a tough life for anyone. And Concrete knows this. This is how it's portrayed in the black community with black. Even black people say, "Hey, you know how black people are living in America? And they point at this. Because that's what it is to be black in America. And lastly, I want to say this. Like at the end, like almost at the end of the season, right? One of his friends was like, hey, you know, being sentimental, what's the one thing that you miss the most? He looked him in the eye and said, for real? You serious? It's crack. That was after he got cleaned up and everything like that. He said the one thing he missed the most was him being on crack. And if that's the type of life you have to live to be black, Mr. Philly, you know.
Okay, that's.
I ain't black either. How about that? You ain't got no cultural food. Is it my turn?
Oh shit, dog!
No, I'm asking.
Oh shit, bro! I'm just gonna say a few things, man.
Go ahead.
Right on, brother. Not too much on Mr. Finley. He's a pretty swell guy. You know what I'm saying? Just judging on the shit that I've heard him say. I also think, you know what I'm saying, Nate, solid points. I can't disagree with anything. You know what I mean? Thank you guys for, you know, holding down the energy of the room and just being real, man. You know what I'm saying? And letting these ladies know they can't just come in here and complain about all this stuff and then be like, oh, men, boys. Maybe we just don't want to hear the shit you have to say at this time. You know what I'm saying? And that's not because you're a woman. It's because the shit is stupid. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Maybe that's the point, right? If there's a gender or some shit like that, right? So I'm just gonna land there.
So the only black experience is if I didn't have a father, we had to be on welfare. Apparently I had to be on some type of drugs. I had to grow up in the projects. Trying to figure what I'm missing. Should I have an arrest record too? Is that a requirement? Or just jail time?
It
you have to have jail.
Wait, was I skipped again?
You have to have jail time too. I'll be quick.
See, they don't respect the black man. They skipped.
Yeah, you see this agent, this crazy.
Do I have to serve jail time too?
Yes.
Because I guess
sounds like it was made up yesterday.
I guess all them black people at my high school that grew up in the little high springs like I did, well, in surrounding communities like Alachua, Lacey, etc. I guess all of them wasn't black either, because most of them daddies was around. None of them went to prison. Well, some of them did. Smoked weed. So I guess they were a little bit black. What else am I missing? Yeah, it's absolutely nonsense. So I guess because I've had an actual white with a rifle in his hand, cocked the rifle and called me the hard ER. I guess I'm the only one that has experienced racism because that's the only type of racism that exists. I guess I've experienced racism, but I ain't black. It makes sense to me.
You a hero. Remember that, Philly. A fucking hero.
Mr. Philly, I like that argument, bro. I love that argument.
Mark the tape. Mark the tape, Nick. Mark the tape.
Can I go back in the queue? I want to get back in the queue.
Oh, right. Can I get
I think it's okay. It's okay.
Can I get me?
I'm not the Kendall.
Can I get me?
Oh, and Kendall, we're going to Larry's. We're going to go to Larry's.
Yeah. You know, that's the person I want to talk to, Mr. Philly. Just real quick. You know, don't let no broke ass nigga sit up here and crab barrel you and tell you about your experience. Like, this nigga don't know about the East Side. He wouldn't survive a day in West Lawn. You know what I'm talking about? He don't know about that uptown get down. So when you hear a nigga like that, you just gotta be like, damn, what was his life like? Matter of fact, let me talk to this nigga right quick. Hey, Cochito, nigga, you a bitch. And we gonna jump your ass tonight. We gonna remind you from the place you grew up from when them niggas was chasing you through the project hallways. Oh, yeah. Since you want to glorify that life,
I hope you're ready to live it, motherfucker. We finna take your ass through there. It's Fifi. Oh, let me talk to you, sweetheart. Because, you know, I understand. It's all good. It's all good. I'm just talking to you. I'm just talking to you. You don't say nothing back. You know, because a sweet, delicate soul like you should never face the type of diabolical debauchery that you just went through. You know, far as on a cultural level. See, I understand you busy right now. So they like to kick you while you talking to your sorors, you know what I'm saying? You doing your little ski, you know what I'm saying, shit over there. But you forgot to tell these niggas the recipes. You forgot to tell these niggas about the cornmeal pound cakes. Or the motherfucking vinegar pie. The southern catfish stew. The black-eyed peas, the yams, the sweet potato dumplings, nigga. No. These niggas don't know the recipe. They just think, oh, man, you know, it's just Southern culture. No. Them white motherfuckers didn't know how to cook. So they had to have somebody do it for them. Uh-oh, who was that? Where did they get the difference between drums and flats? They didn't even eat that shit. Look at all these motherfucking white motherfuckers capitalizing off of it. Now, the tendernism. They didn't have the tendernism. They had to steal it. So when you run across cool ass niggas that be trying to do that kind of shit to you, you let them know. Hey, I come from butter chicken pot pie and shit like that. I come from the sweet molasses. And they used to make candy out that shit. They don't know.
Homemade preserves too.
Hey. And don't get me even started on the cha-cha. These niggas ain't never had no cha-cha, nigga.
Everybody loves
Put that shit on the greens. So all I'm saying is, Miss Fifi, I'm here for you. As the president of the Chillism Recovery Team, whenever you feel hurted down, tap my shoulder. I'll be around. For the rest of you motherfuckers, y'all keep calling it out on the end of Black History Month if you want to. I'm finna fuck y'all up.
Beautifully stated. Oh my God, Jacobus.
Now, this is dedicated to you.
Oh, I thought it was Adrian.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was gonna say, like, one thing I give concrete credit for is that he admits that he doesn't like Black people or the Black community. So I'll give him that. You know, now I understand where a lot of his material comes from. But you know, there are a lot of pretenders on stage, you know, who pretend that they love the Black community and actually do disservice to the Black community, i.e., Mr. Finley. I understand where Cogito is coming from when he is talking about not understanding what was happening in other or in other aspects of the Black community. I think that if you, in turn, did not listen to what he was saying and say, well, I came from a two-parent household, and I grew up in the South, and I grew up on the farm, blah, 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 you completely missed his point. What he's saying is that your elitism, it gives you a blind eye to what is actually happening to other people within the Black community. That is simply what he was stating. I don't understand for someone who was a lawyer, became a pilot, was a police officer, was an astronaut, was a neuroscientist, all these other accolades and achievements, simply understand that. And that's the issue that, and you basically what he was saying, is that you want everyone to see that you're up here, that you can't listen to anyone else, that you don't see that
you in the Matrix?
And that's what he was saying. And you, can you hear me now? I'll come back.
No, you was good. You came back.
Oh, okay.
Come back.
Yeah, so you exemplified what he was saying, but you chose to dismiss what he was stating. You didn't think that he was on your level. You chose to be ignorant and respond. I came from a two-parent household, but I'm second generation educated, college educated. Most of us here are. You know what I'm saying? But that still doesn't take away from the fact that he was making in your statement and that shows that you're not really for the black people that you don't perceive that you don't think are on your level.
God damn, what the fuck you do? What did this nigga do to make her mad?
Now that I understand the topic again, I want to get back in the queue here.
It's my goal. So, this is dedicated to me. So, this is one of the conversations. I'm going to start off with this one. But he reiterated the other sarcastically, "You have not answered my question. Do you believe the black man will ever attain the high intellectual standard of the Caucasian?" Most authoritative answer, responded Dixon in a calm voice of the thinker. "We must look to science. If you don't mind, sir, I will give you some quotations from scientists acknowledged authority over them being Caucasian." Dixon took his notebook from the vest pocket. He searched sometimes for the desired passage, and finding it, he began. Gustav Miller, organizer of the Universal Race Congress, held in London in 1911, after weighing this question of the inferiority and superiority of people, says, "We are then under the necessity of concluding that all impartial investigators would be inclined to look upon the various important peoples of the world as to all intents and purposes essentially equal in the intellect, enterprise, and morality and physique." Dixon found another passage and commented, "Phenot, whose findings ought to be regarded as more valuable than the expressions of those who base their arguments on sentiments or on Hebrew mythology, says, all people may attain the distant frontier which the brains of the whites have reached. He also says the conclusion, therefore, forces itself upon that there are no inferior races and superior races, but only races and people living outside and within the influence of culture. The appearance of civilization and its evolution among certain white peoples and within a certain geographical latitude is only the effect of circumstance. Zamenhof, the inventor of the Esperanto, in his paper before the Universal Race Congress says, "Give the Africans without any mingling of rancor or oppression a high humane civilization, and you will find a mental level will not differ from ours. Abolish the whole of our civilization, and our minds will sink to the level of the African cannibal. It is not a difference of mentality of the race, but a difference of the instruction." Dixon closed his book and said the savage varieties of mankind are the equal of the civilized varieties in this. There is latent within them the same possibilities for development. The more developed peoples have all the germ decay more or less actively at work within them. The passenger had been waiting on his turn for the impatience. Now his overcoat over his pajama-clad knees and raising his voice in indignation, approaching, forgetting all previous qualms of lower racial pride, he flung at Dixon, "That's all nonsense. It is not true that all the Negro for a while, the white, red, yellow races, have if not had civilizations on their own. The blacks have had none. All he ever had accomplished has been driven or given to him by the whites. Indigenous to a continent of the greatest natural resources, he has these agents produced absolutely nothing. Geographical position had absolutely nothing to do with it, or we wouldn't have had the Aztec civilization. Tell me, has the Negro race ever produced a Julius Caesar, a Shakespeare, a Montezuma, Buddha, a Confucius? The Negro and all the Negro races are inherently inferior. It is idiocy to say the Negro is the equal to the Caucasian. God Almighty made the black serve the white. He has placed an everlasting curse on all the sons of Ham, and the black man shall all serve the whites. And his face flushed with excitement. Dixon was apparently unmoved. He responded with charming courtesy and well-modulated voice, and even tones of sharp contrast to the bluster and hysteria to the other. The belief that the Negro history is erroneous. The black man, like the Aztec, was civilized when the dominant branches of Caucasian varieties were savages. Herodotus, the father of history, distinctly mentions the black skins, holy hair of the Ethiopians, who once ruled Egypt, the cradle of civilization. M.C. Varney, the explorer, says the ancient Egyptians was real Negroes of the same species that present the natives of Africa. At a glance, the Sphinx of the other Egyptian statuary will confirm these statements. But I ended there. That's that nigga Finley, nigga.
All right. Am I next? All right. All right. Now, I say it, but it seems like it is suffering from one of the most pernicious ailments that the Negress faces. The Negress is in a very precarious position. She doesn't want a man so worthless that he can't provide anything, right? But she also doesn't want a man so powerful that she has to change. Oh no. So she's basically stuck in between a rock and a hard place. Pause. Where the Pookie, for obvious reasons, is not to be taken seriously, not to be respected, and not to be make herself subject to, right? She's not gonna make herself subject to Pookie. We know why. But similarly, real nigga black man is also the person who can take care of the finance, take care of everything, but he can also switch her out like a fucking t-shirt. And she knows it, and it makes her feel insecure. Because he knows she can't just use her vajaj, her pretty face, and the big old titties. I'm sorry, big old bitties. My bad. To get him to stay. Because everybody got those. So she has to bring her underdeveloped personality. Oh no! She has to bring her underdeveloped humor, her underdeveloped conversational skills, her underdeveloped interpersonal skills to the table. And she's gonna lose. So she hates you, and she tears you down for your excellent negrotism. And so she's stuck. Pookie's too broke. Excellent Negro's too powerful. I might as well just be by myself. Uh-oh.
Okay, concrete. You read me down so well. You know my life so well. I'm glad that you came off mic to be Mr. Finley's bodyguard, and this is why I was talking about how you guys are homosexuals. This is what homosexuals do. They fight for other men. They fight for other men.
I feel like there's some legitimacy to because from what I heard the gentleman saying a little bit was valid, but I think when he was saying some shit about Mr. Finley, it seemed like he was creating this class distinction and saying that Mr. Finley, I think he's trying to undermine this man's expressed lived experience based on class alone, and maybe I just haven't really heard a substantial critique of this gentleman in such a manner that I think he's like some evil ass dude, I need to just hear a little more, and so I think to say that he's not familiar with particular circumstances you know, that because of that.
Tell that bird to shut the fuck up.
I mean,
yeah, I can't hear you, bro. Like, I ain't gonna.
Oh shit, my bad. Never mind then.
No, he cool now, but he was just wilding.
Y'all treating that nigga like he Epstein.
Don't learn a lot of shit though. I ain't gonna hold you.
Yeah, like what the fuck kind of safari adventure you on, nigga?
But let him continue.
Concrete, I have to applaud you for the creation of exorcism. Never heard it before.
Of course, he made it up.
I know I made that one up. I don't know. I can't think for that one.
Who else made it up?
I don't know. I feel like, I got that from Kendall.
Kendall did not say that.
Oh, shit. You know,
just like I got I got from Kendall.
Yeah. Sugar Wooger, yeah. I definitely.
Oh, my God.
That's my IP right there.
Yo, is Adrian trying to audition to be our new Sugar Belly, Sugar Wooger?
No, definitely not.
No. I think AJ is actually her own animal. She our new Shasha.
Damn.
She's pretty cool, yeah. Shy?
Yeah, maybe better.
Hell no.
I accept all the women.
Down of what homosexual is?
You.
What's that mean?
Adrian got skeletons in her closet.
I don't have any skeletons. I don't have skeletons in my closet.
Shasha don't got that.
I'm an adult. I don't have skeletons in my closet. I don't know what I do. Like I was saying. So someone asked me for the definition of you were talking directly. Yeah, you were asking me directly. You were speaking about me directly, Jacobus. I answered you. But homosexual are men who actually will fuck with hate women, right? And they're willing to dick ride other men, protect other men against women. They're willing to not put in the work for other women, but they'll put in the work that they should be putting in for their women for other men. Like, you see how Concrete came off mic to defend his homosexual brethren, Mr. Finley? That's a prime example of a homosexual right there. He may fuck women, but he doesn't like women. And he'll do anything to protect another man.
Listen, because women are so beautiful in so many ways, I am really hurt at the underdevelopment and the weaponization of their status. I didn't see it coming. I think we deserve it. And I think it's really a response or offshoot of feminism, where there is this continuous mantra of being served as women. They are not, seen in equal light as men. They're not given equal treatment. They're not given equal pay. They're not given equal status. And because of that, they have, decided to wage war against men. And I think some of it is justified and some of it is unjustified. And there's a lot of women who get caught up in the sweep. And I think that it is not good and healthy for our society. I don't think that you can turn marriage into a for-profit business. But it is.
It's always been for profit. It's always been a business relationship.
Well, I guess there is that. In some ways, it is a for-profit, but I mean it in the sense of an opportunist, not in the sense of mutual enrichment of a family.
So why don't you step your game up, though? Like, see,
Concrete.
I think, I'm not blaming Concrete per se, I'm just saying in general to what he's saying, is that oftentimes men say, oh, you guys don't want us when we're down. Oh, you only want that from Black women, right? When other races of women, they have high expectations for their men. And I don't understand, when we have high expectations for you guys, it's like, why are you putting pressure on me? Why are you nagging me? Why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? It's weird.
I want that from all women.
Listen.
Yeah, she holding it down.
Listen, what happened, the reason why the black man, no offense to Brad, the reason why the black man isn't more integrated into the milk of magnesia is because of all the negative marketing surrounding the Negro.
You go ahead.
Yeah, not the negative marketing of the Negro towards the white women.
there is a mutual attraction for all races, but because of social ostracizing and social backlash, we don't go to what we would go to based on attraction.
No, that's not true because black men always date the lowest of the low when it comes to other races, right? They date the white women that black men would even date, right? I mean, that white men don't even want, right? All their trash, right? But when another race of man dates a black woman, she usually looks good and she has a lot going on for herself. So why is it that you have all this criticism for black men, right? For black women, but you don't have criticism for the trash that you pick up from other racial groups?
No, I wasn't.
You'll accept mediocrity from anyone outside of the black community, right? But you want to have all these standards within your community. But then the expectation is that you want us to uplift you guys. But what do you guys want? Because you're like all over the place. You want trash when it's outside of the community. You want, a queen when it's within the community, but you're not willing to help. So it's like, and you're not willing to elevate yourselves. So it's very confusing and it's very conflicting to what you guys want. And this is why Black women specifically don't want nothing to do with you guys because you guys are so confusing. You guys are very ignorant, and a lot of you guys are homosexuals. It's a loneliness issue within the Black male community. This is why y'all are killing us. This is why y'all hate us so much.
I'm dating one in Savannah.
Yo,
El Chorizo, stay out of this, El Chorizo. It's nothing to do with you, bro. Oh no, actually, what I think is happening, unfortunately, who's trying to get in there? Somebody trying.
No, you good, Kyrie.
I'm gonna make it real quick. Agent, I want you to be mindful. I feel like you're having broader conversation than the one I'm having. You're not talking about what I'm talking about. It's not wrong what you're talking about, but what I was about to talk about in terms of interracial relationships was a societal issue. It's nothing to do with the black or whites. And beyond that, the issue within the blacks and the whites, or the blacks, the black man, the black woman, that is also a societal issue, because I realized that when we get all this negative programming or negative attention, negative media, you guys, you incorporate that into your thinking. So when you watch television and you see Tyrone has robbed yet another liquor store, and you look next to you and that nigga looks like your nigga, you then have, whether or not it's conscious or subconscious, you have this mistrust. When you hear rappers talk about how many bitches they fuck, and that rapper is your man is a fan of that rapper, even though he might that lifestyle, he's a fan. Whether intentionally, consciously, or consciously, it gains a mistrust. If you like a nigga that got a bunch of bitches, you're probably a nigga that got a bunch of bitches. If you're the type of nigga that looks like a nigga that robs banks, you might be the type of nigga that robs banks.
And you think that's okay?
No, what I'm saying.
So why aren't you calling out your boys?
No, see, that's the thing. No, you're missing the point. You're missing the point. It's not women, it's not men. It is psychological. It's programming. It's a conditioning of mistrust that seeped into our community, and it's been killing our community. That's the issue. And the thing is, we have to get out of that. But it's so hard because every corner shadow of the black community looks like the real culprit. And it's not. That's the issue. Really, Dominic. Dominic's the problem of the black community. Once we get him out of it, then we're a community.
Wait, how can you play Dominic? Dominic is living his life. So if Dominic is different than you, all of a sudden he's a pariah in the black community.
That was a joke.
It was a joke. Apparently it was a joke because I'm not in that category. Yeah, definitely a joke. Go ahead.
Yes, you are. You married to a white woman. No, not too much. Not too much of that milk and magnesia.
A successful white woman, and I'm also a successful black man. And this doesn't apply to me. This is like outside of my purview. I'm talking about. I'm applying this standard that who said that? Fuck, was
Kendall.
Was it Kendall? We're talking about the broader society. We're not talking about individuals. My life, I'm good, bro. I'm not worried about any of this shit. I'm talking about the broader society of like how we look at the black community.
Prove it, little nigga.
What?
We out
also measure ourselves by the least common denominator, and it's a head scratcher. It really is a head scratcher.
Not that much though.
We absolutely do. We measure ourselves by the least common denominator, and it's like, huh? Like I listen to us talk about us sometimes worse than the monikers of the world, right? And it's like they don't have to say anything. We've been brainwashed to believe that we're the lowest of the low, the lowest of the low. Like this is the standard. Right? That if we didn't, we wouldn't. That whole last 30 minutes of this conversation never have transpired, or that hour would never have transpired. So it's the brainwashing.
I'm a go ahead and say, like I said, like I've been saying all along, I've been drinking, but also I've been following along with this conversation, and what's been said has been fucking like, okay, so a black man and a white woman. Is that taboo? Like, is that a fucking taboo? Is that something that's not?
Yes, it is. Yes.
Is that
No, but it's taboo.
I don't think it's taboo.
Why would it?
Hold on, AJ. I thought you would have.
No, I don't think it's.
I'm gonna say something real quick. Y'all have to understand the historical significance as to why it is taboo for a black man to be with a white woman. So if you understand that historical significance, then you understand why it's taboo. That answers your question.
Yeah, that's right. Wait. I just want to know if I got. Wait, I just want to say this right. Go ahead. Yeah. Emmett Till,
Bree, nobody just judges your quagmire looking ass.
Oh shit! Let the women fight.
Quagmire? No, yeah, she was like Quagmire from Family Guy, sitting there talking about black women.
Ladies,
you're a dog.
No, get out the way. Let the women fight.
I
don't like to see the women fight.
Okay? Don't fuck you. I want to address you when you talk about black women. You fuck dogs for a living, you dumb bitch. Don't talk about black women ever. Okay? So get the fuck out of here because you fucking some black man, some degenerate loser that no black woman wants, that you think you got the privy or the rights to talk about black women. Bitch, ungrease your hair, fix your face before you start talking about, and lose some weight, you fat bitch.
All right. Don't crash out. Please. No, you encourage me. Kendo is the Don King of nigga fights. No, we're not doing it. Hey, the women have the right to fight.
Look at that greasy ass dog fur you call hair. Don't sit there and tell me you taught me how to do my hair, bitch. My hair is way better than yours. Okay, and I'm black as fuck, you stupid whore. Don't sit there and talk about black women, you dumb bitch. This is what I'm talking about. These black women get dicked. These white bitches get dicked down by one black man, one fucking loser. Don't they want to sit there and talk about black women like they can talk about black? Shut the fuck up! I'll come over there and slap the shit out of you, fucking dog fucker.
God damn it!
I just want to know. I just want to know my black credit score is at least 3 points higher than Dominic's. That's all I'm trying to ask. Is at least
what?
And probably is, because you're married to a black woman. Yeah. I'm married.
There you go. The score is fucking 1,000 right now. What are you talking about?
No, I'm not black.
Oh, fuck you, did. Shut up.
What the fuck? Hey, don't let them unblacken you. You a successful black man, and success does not come with unblackening. They need to learn that. Yo, Kendo. Anytime I can walk in the Larry's and half the people in there because they know me, we know I'm black, fam. We know.
Billy, I was saying we're not talking about ourselves. We're talking about people outside of ourselves.
No, talk about your worry about yourself. How come you can't pull yourself up like your bootstraps? It was a joke, Dominic. It was a joke. I didn't even know you was married to a white woman. To be honest, I didn't know.
Oh yeah.
That might explain the drinking. I'm just playing.
No, I'm at home alone and I'm drinking. Okay, cool.
Oh, she left you for a a chat.
She's at work.
Oh, damn.
You're not at work. You're with your best friend, that guy. Remember?
Huh?
You're with your best guy friend.
Mike, why you gotta bring up old shit? Bro?
Oh shit. Mike funny as hell, boy.
Mike gotta bring up old shit from like what how?
That was like 2 weeks ago, fam. What you talking about?
Yeah, it was a 2.
It was like 2 weeks ago.
Oh,
when you posted a picture of y'all hugging each other.
I mean,
that happened. That never happened.
Yes, it did. You were just drunk.
Right, you remember, right.
There was a picture of me hugging
Dominic. Let me ask you.
Y'all was talking. You had a ball of Mad Dog 2020.
Okay,
Might be good, nigga.
It's kind of like it's a joke, but kind of serious.
Yeah.
Would you rather? Would you fight? What do you think you would most likely? Who would you most likely fight back? Like a buff female that's like taller than you, right? Or like a skinny man that's shorter than you.
The second latter.
So the man, even though he might seem less capable, right?
Sure.
No, sure. Is it because he's a man?
No, it's because he's smaller and less capable.
Oh, I see. So you're gonna so if the woman was smaller and less capable, then you would pick her.
What do you mean, like to fight against?
That was the options. Who would you fight?
Yeah.
So you see a big.
Yo, what the fuck?
Wait, am I listening to this? Hold on.
That's off the wall.
Yo, Dominic, what the fuck?
Dominic said, I'm going for the easier target. It don't matter if it's a woman or a man.
I wasn't ready for that, dude. Hey, steal man what I just said. Maybe you missed it.
Yeah, I don't know where you're going with this.
What I asked you?
You said, would you rather fight someone that's smaller?
No, fight back. Yeah, like let's just say you're drinking your drink. There's tails. Dominic A, Dominic B. Yeah, you're holding a cup, and a big buff woman taller than you smacks it out of your hand, right? And then Dominic B scenario is like a skinnier person, smaller than you, comes and smacks it out of your hand. Who are you most likely to fight over that? The woman or the man?
I'm gonna fight either one of them.
Very good.
You're gonna fight. No matter. So who?
Yeah, no matter who smacks my drink out of my hand, I'm gonna fight either one of them.
Okay. So you're saying it doesn't matter. Male or female, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, what if the female was smaller?
It doesn't matter.
Okay. All right.
If they smack my drink out of my hand, I don't care how small or tall you are. I don't care.
You're gonna hit him back.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
So wait. What point are you proving right now?
I just wanted to see, based off.
If I was consistent.
Well, yeah, I think you kind of rescued yourself, but.
No, because you didn't clarify it before, so now you clarified now. So do you think that I'm inconsistent? What do you?
No, I mean, I wouldn't hit a woman if she did that.
No, I'm hitting that bitch. So.
Yeah, I will.
Okay, all right. But that's you.
But let me ask you this. What did you realize between the gap of I'm gonna take the easier one to I'm gonna fight anyone? Something changed. You changed your mind, right? Because your first intuition was to say the one that I'm more likely to win is the one I'm gonna hit.
No.
That's what you said.
No, I didn't. Well, I didn't mean that. If that's what I said.
But those words came out of your mouth, though.
Okay, sorry. So if the scenario is a woman smacked my drink out of my hand and she was smaller and whatever, I'm probably gonna smack the fuck out of her.
All right.
In the same scenario, if a man smacked the drink out of my hand, he was taller and bigger, I'm gonna still try to fight that person too.
Okay. So Okay. So look. So what I'm saying is this: is that earlier you said you would take the easier target. Now you're saying if somebody did something to you, you would just because they did something to you, right? You would. If somebody challenged you to a fight, who are you most likely to fight? Let's just say nothing happened. They just said, "I want to fight you."
If someone challenged me to a fight based on what?
They don't like you.
And it's whether it's a female or a male.
Yeah. I'm asking you basically this: when it comes to protecting yourself physically, right? Do you hold male and female equally to where you would hit them for equal reasons?
It would depend on the scenario.
So I'm saying if the scenario would.
Hold on, I had a phone call. Sorry. I had a phone call. Sorry.
I got a phone call too, nigga, that ain't stopping you.
That's be my scenario.
All right, same scenario, Miss Fifi.
Well, I'm not gonna say anymore. I'm too old, man. I don't feel like fighting. I don't think anyone would do that, first of all, because I don't present like that. And unless I'm doing something, if I agitated, then that's pretty much how it is.
It's women that fight. I believe Adrian will fuck somebody
I
up.
wouldn't fight no man. With no man. You know what I'm saying?
You was in the Matrix, Adrian. What?
No, I said I have a gun. I don't fight. I'm no.
Oh shit. Well, see that.
And I don't be in areas like that to be like I don't entertain those areas. Leave that to Bree. She's from the gut.
I don't necessarily think that's a particular area type of thing. I done seen some ratchet ass shit happen at like some elegant ass events. I like caught you cheating with my friend. Slap. You know what I'm saying? Like all that shit going on.
No, what I'm saying is that I think that certain people attract certain things. Like for instance, like I don't give that vibe that I play games like that. You know, like people just don't mess with me in real life. So like I just don't see myself in a situation like that.
Okay. But if you did get in a situation like that, you just gonna kill them? You should.
No, I'm not gonna kill them. I'm gonna look at them like they're crazy. Like, and I don't drink anyway, so like I said, I wouldn't be in a situation.
It don't have to be an alcoholic drink. It could be like a, you know what I'm saying, some kind of acacia berry fruit mix or something.
Wait, if you don't drink, that means you don't go to Sunday brunch, and that don't sound normal.
What's Sunday brunch? Like,
you don't know what Sunday brunch is?
Is that like you just go out to have pancakes and stuff like
Christian
that?
thing.
No, that's a Christian thing.
Like you go to Sunday
Black
dinner.
American imposed.
It's like the sisterhood meeting.
Now you're doing Bible study and shit.
Have you heard? Brunch is basically mimosas and things like that. And brunch, you know, like
Mimosas.
So
Fifi, you rather mimosa or what do you call it? A Bailey's or coffee?
I would say Bailey's with coffee because I'm a coffee person, and after a while, that the sweetness in the mimosa, the orange juice, that gives you a headache and it makes you drunk really fast. So I don't really drink.
Okay. All right, the other one is smoother.
Oh, Miss Fifi, you know what else give a headache?
A
Madi, Cogito. Who else? Let me look. El Chorizo, Jacobus. Yeah. Where's Violet?
Oh, damn. Fifi, listen, Concrete is my number one fan. That's what it is.
That's a
going after my clubhouse wife.
Uh-oh. Who's your clubhouse wife?
Don't group me with those goddamn demons.
Wait, who's the clubhouse wife? Who's Viking's clubhouse wife?
So black women love.
Okay, let's just skip over
black
that.
Women. Yeah, we skipping over, nigga. You anybody respond to you, nigga?
Black women love me. That's what they do like.
Black women love mimosas.
Shut the fuck up, Concrete.
What you mean? You don't think they do?
They do.
You know what it is? Coco mad. He not a club.
Shut the. Ma'am. My bad, Miss Fifi. I thought you called my name.
No. I was just saying that's my Coco.
Yeah, don't talk to me like that. Yeah, not too much on Coco. But y'all, it's Friday. Y'all. I don't give a fuck. It's Friday.
Yo, Coco, when did y'all start this random? It's not an audit, but it's a random like check of your returns, like random, where they hold your stuff and like randomly like verify everything. Like when is that?
Oh, well, they've been doing it since I started, and that was in 2019. It's called a review freeze. and they basically check all the credits that you claiming, and they try to check your income, but they don't try. They do check your income, like your wages and your withholdings. If you claiming like self-employment, they definitely check those because they have to verify everything. But yeah, it's mainly just to make sure that you're reporting what you're supposed to be reporting and you're claiming what you're supposed to be claiming. It can cause a delay in you receiving your return. But if it does cause a serious delay, then you get interest. That's what a lot of people don't get. Like a lot of people think that like we don't try to give y'all like
what's considered a serious delay? What's that?
Like so for example, an electronic one usually is processed within like 3 to 4 of it being submitted. But if it goes past like, let's say like you in like day 60 after that 3-week time frame or whatever, they start adding interest onto your refund. And once you eventually receive on, they calculate the how much interest we owe you because we delayed you because we had to review it, basically.
Don't forget that they're increasing it as well because we're doing out-of-network insurance claims that are filed through the government as well. Is the advent of it. You guys herald and things. So now AI algorithms, computers, they're kind of like catching things that are quick. And so if there's something that causes a flag or causes it to drop out of the system, doesn't mean you did anything wrong. It's just going to need a multiple review panel, like what he said. We're having the same thing done on some of the claims that are coming through, particularly if you're out of a certain state that's really up north that I used to live in. Those are getting flagged in certain communities, and it's just making sure that everything is valid on there.
That is correct, Brad. It's my love, Brad. Just yeah. But anyway, yeah. A lot of things because they are adding a lot of like AI and stuff to programs to where like a lot of things can be called or like triggered or like something like that. So like if it does trigger an audit, it's mainly because of our updated programs and they just want to review everything to make sure that everything was correct, basically.
Got it. I do my own taxes and I've never seen that letter before and I just got I'm like, dang, I gotta freaking.
Oh, was it like a 12 CP12 or like a 20?
Green up y'all houses. How about y'all houses? Get rid of the system. It don't work that way for us. Like, it's just not. How about we get rid of income tax fund all the way?
I don't know. Because I just have the person who we was supposed to go for a refund. I mean, her refund technically, because we were doing a review on her return, and like there was no action being.
I don't know. That would be an interesting question. Like, I like that the Vikings have mead. Mead is cool. Good drink.
Why is Benjamin like hot micing playing guitar?
Why not?
This is just stupid on there.
Yeah, it's just the way he does, man.
All right, Rabbi. I expect you to know how to properly play the Zoroastrian drinking game.
I don't know. It's probably like you flip a coin and you're like Ahura Mazda or Marduk. Call it in the air.
Okay, should it be lit on fire?
Obviously.
Always lit on fire.
Okay, all right, so that's a good one.
Yeah, anything you can light on fire, I think counts. Look, I just think that Justin doesn't know.
Wine is indigenous to that region.
Zoroastrian. He's confused. And he's just been told he's a Christian. He doesn't know what Christ taught. He doesn't do what Christ taught. Justin, Christ taught that the best thing you could do is sell all of your goods and give the money to the poor. Have you been doing that today, or what's going on?
Well, okay, so he told that to one individual, not saying that to every individual.
But he said it was the best idea in the world.
Well, no, that's your paraphrase.
Jesus has the best ideas. Why don't you do the best ideas?
Okay, so
sounds like he'd be willing to check the citation with you, Benjamin.
Yeah, you should check it.
The problem is that Jesus never spoke to Justin and said, Justin, this is how I want
it sounds like he reviewed the citation better than you did, Benjamin.
Yeah, of course
Right.
I do. But the point is, Jesus gave this advice. Justin's not taking it, therefore no Christian.
Justin's saying you're misinterpreting the advice, Benjamin.
Exactly.
And you're conceding that he has more expertise in that text than you do.
Yeah, the conversation is too predictable. You misread the text or you misquote it. You want me to go by your reasoning, and then when we get to the text, you're gonna get frustrated.
We can talk about it, but I gotta.
Yeah, but I know you're. But what I'm saying is, you're just gonna blow your top before we get to that point. You're just gonna like try to escape the conversation because you know you could just make some buckshot statements. You're not gonna stand up with it once we look at the scriptures. So of course you could just say any drive-by statement and then tell me, oh, you Christians should be doing what I just paraphrased, which was terribly wrong. Like do a better straw man. Like at least make it. Like at least try to quote the scripture. Don't paraphrase it like I don't know what the scripture says.
Well, it's like when you say, Christianity, you talk about Catholicism. I mean, you're talking about Eastern Orthodox. I mean, you're putting science, hard stuff, theoretical into one basket. So are you putting all your Christian science? Are you putting all that into one basket as well?
Into one wonders the subject of the Big Bang and things that cannot be fully explained 100%. Now, of course, hard science, you could clearly explain.
What aspect of the Big Bang can't be explained? What are you talking about? Why is this interesting?
Now you're pretending that they understand it.
Is this interesting?
No one asked the question, so that's why.
No, I'm just wondering, where you're getting this idea that there's some aspect of the Big Bang that can't be explained.
You think it can't? I thought it can't be explained.
I'm wondering where you got that idea.
Okay, so if you just look up the idea of how the Big Bang began, they will say that there is no answer on how it began.
That's not true.
Okay, so then how did it begin?
With superluminal inflation.
Okay, and how did that begin?
What do you mean?
This is the same question that was asked.
With gravity? I don't understand.
With anything, you have to keep on asking.
I don't understand your question. With gravity.
With gravity. So gravity always existed, correct?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Okay. And gravity pulls things together.
I don't think that's what the physicists say.
That's not the entirety of the story, no.
Yeah, so that's the thing.
Okay, I'm gonna restart this. This has been Chillism. Most of the day. Timestamp is February 27th, 2026. It's now 2 p.m. CST.
No, your claim was that it can't be explained, which is stupid. All that you're pointing at is your ignorance of the explanation. That's it. That's all you said.
Okay, so if a Christian says, I can explain creation, and they just look at gravity, and that's it, then you're going to say you're stupid.
Again, that's just your ignorance of the explanation, right? That's all you've done. That's all you demonstrated.
Well, of course there's going to be some ignorance because you can't know everything.
I'm not talking about knowing everything. I'm talking about your ignorance. That's all you demonstrated here.